What are we training here? Trying to think. Yeah, I have, again, this vague plan that I'm going to go long blades, but I'm not starting on any of that, and I don't have any armor for it. And if I did that, it would really nuke the spells I have. Let me, Alright, for right now, though, what would be... I probably wouldn't start on long blades, even if this plan that I'm kind of hatching is actually going to become a thing. Yeah, hemocyanin. There you go. Copper instead of iron. Yep. Yeah, so what would I train? Sadly I don't have any necro spells. It's kind of a shame. Necro spells are another way I could just do this, but without the really big ones, it's not as viable for like an endgame type of solution. I can just stay in sort of relatively low AC, but I don't love that. So we'll have to think about it. So what do I want to train right now? I still haven't answered that question. A little more fighting. Let's get a bit of dodging. Got a good aptitude for it. We have a reasonable amount of dex. Stand still, spider. So let's see. Any scales? No, literally none. The only stuff I have is really stealth killing. Wow. Yeah, you can go a long way. I mean, you can really just do this entire branch. It's a little bit more complicated, of course, if you're a vampire and you have these food issues. But for things that aren't vampires, it's a really easy branch just to do with hexes. Because just most stuff doesn't have good MR. There's very few things that are like really fully a problem. Like, I think the only thing that's really like demonic crawler is about the only thing that I can think of. Emperor Scorpions probably have good MR. I don't know. They might be tough to hex. But they don't see invis. So if you have see invis, or if you have invis, I should say, and you got a really easy solution for those guys. And demonic crawlers are like, you can just use dazzling spray or some other trick. We still got plenty of blood. Yeah, horseshoe crabs are really cool because way back in like Precambrian stuff, Precambrian, actually it might be Cambrian and Precambrian, there are these things called Eurypterids, which are known as sea scorpions, and they're sort of like some of these huge arthropods that basically were some of the early complex arthropods that were all ocean bound. And one of their relatives was probably the first arthropod to kind of crawl out on land. So something like 500 million years ago, maybe. These guys were like really dominant, and some of them got like 2 to 3 meters long. They were like really huge. Around the same time as like trilobites. And it's thought that horseshoe crabs might be fairly closely related to Eurypterids, which kind of all died out, and they might be the closest living relative to that group of arthropods. Trilobites were really cool too, but they didn't quite get to the size that the Eurypterids did. Yeah, their blood is supposed to have some medicinal use. I'm not sure what it is. I remember seeing something about that. Hoses or fridge? Well, that's a pretty good way to get AC. I don't have any charms. These guys are really... Oh, wow, they're actually +1 charms. What do you know? Oh, wait, did I not? Oh, it's refridged. Never mind. I was thinking it was armor. I could actually use a little bit of Ozo's armor sometimes, at least situationally, but it's probably not going to happen. Here's our demonic crawler. Let's try dazzling spray. There you go. I guess they don't have really high HD, so probably has a pretty good shot against them. Gourmand can't do much with that, can we? So one thing about being bloodless is that potions, does that describe that in the status? Oh, it does not. I don't know if that describes that here. Resistance. But when you're bloodless... Oh wait, did I see that? No. I think when you're bloodless, it is still the case that like potions are half as effective. I don't know if that... I honestly forget. Vampires have had so many different aspects that they had a ton of things, all sorts of weird stuff, and they've been changed a bunch of times. So I'm sitting on 3 enchant weapon. I really could enchant up one of these melee weapons that I have. I'm holding out for this silly... Hopefully we can stab most of this. I'm gonna prioritize... well, now it's all woken up. Man, if I was bloodless, I would totally try this Torment. So it's not a very good time to try the Torment Scroll because should probably save that for some time when it would be a little bit more. Yeah, even this is actually working pretty well because they're kind of trying to mob me, but you can see they can't really do much. This invis is lasting quite a long time. You're getting a bit low on blood though. I might actually have to go back and where did you go? Oh, that's where you went. Okay, what do you have, my friend? McSplat. EH 1%. Wow, is that? Oh, I didn't kill him. Here we go. Now I did. 12% chance to confuse. It's not too great. Wow. Epic. Nice. 12%. That's dev RNG. You only get that kind of luck if you're a dev. Kill the ghost of McSplat. Lives up to his name. Oh. And Dazzle works pretty well so far. Against those things, at least. Better than it did the Death Yaks, but I probably have more spell power. That's possibly the... Don't have any blood. Nice teleport drive. Uh-oh, what is this? What is it? Whoa! Whoa! Big. Dev RNG. Not just Dev RNG, top Dev RNG. Is this Wiz mode? No. It's Dev RNG. Alright, I'm gonna refill my drink. Feel free to make some votes on, I'll give you guys a char dump if you wanna look at the character. Thank you, Lumlobot, for passing that over. Go for the scales, yeah. I mean, the problem is the odds of it are so bad, I'm probably not gonna get... It's just, I think, terrible. I actually don't know how that's weighted. It might look at armor skill. And it might look at strength as well. So yeah, the odds of me getting that are just so slim, unfortunately. I don't have... My shopping list just has like haste potions and mutation potion. Believe in the dev luck, yeah. If I really believed in dev RNG, you'd think. There's nothing worth buying, no. Well, there's the triple sword, but it's only $4.29, and again, I have to really like... That's a big commitment. It would be fun. It would be fun with Wu. I don't really want to just abandon stealth though. I'd love to be able to like incorporate it, but I could do it. I would have to totally switch up my character, and I don't really advocate that for enchanters played this way. That's kind of why I wanted those Shadow Dragon scales, but that's the thing, is like you have zero chance that you're going to find it unless you really luck into it. It's just... Get the boots of the assassin. Yeah, I mean, actually, no, that doesn't actually matter too much, because I'm still going to get stabs with long blades. They're just not very good. But if I don't have the stealth, then it doesn't really matter, because stuff is going to be woken up anyhow. So I'm not. The only way it would matter actually is with invis, which, to be fair, is there's plenty of things that don't see invis. So it's not that the stealth would completely go away. It would still be valuable for invis stabs, so it would be useful. I could be invis and hit stuff. I can't really use invis plus most Wu, like I can't use Heavenly Storm with it because it puts me in clouds, so... And it makes, well, the noise doesn't matter, but I think it puts me in a cloud. I'm sure it makes me visible, at least I think it does. Blood acquirement. Yeah, I don't think we need to do blood acquirement, but... Alright, so I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm gonna grab a really quick snack and refill a drink, and then we can acquire. And we're back. I think it is travel trail equals false, but isn't it off by default? Check that link, search for travel_trail to get the actual option name. And if you want to know what an option is, that's a good thing to like bookmark, because that's always the complete guide to it. I think my RC file also has it if you want to search in there, but I think it's like travel trail or show travel trail maybe. But yeah, check out that for the full details. Where are you, Chatty? Useful as a rock. He has a repo for it, so you can check that. You can check that repo and see if he's updated it. Yeah, that's it right there. Getting a little bit low on blood here. Maybe we will now go back to Shoals and pick up some more blood. Sounds good to me. Speaking of blood, look at this merfolk. Come here, my friend. I just shouted. Gotta not do that. Oh yeah, see, then it didn't even matter, because... Oh yeah, crap, I didn't even do the pull stuff. Thanks for reminding me. I just got all fixated on the fact that we... 3 for armor, 2 for book. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll see what we'll do what the chat wants this time. Let me just think, is there anything that I particularly want? Not staves, no, not Evo. Jewelry, no. Some really nice piece of jewelry that gave like strength would be particularly good. Oh, there's weapon. There is weapon to get a quick blade. Now, quick blade would be a lot easier as a skill investment to get. Can you change your... No, you cannot change your vote to blood. Anybody else, I would let them change their vote, but because you clearly won the troll, now I'm not going to let you change it. So, there is weapon. I guess I could do that as like the chat vote. Since we have 2 scrolls, I could do the chat vote and then the Gamma Funk vote. That would be a fair way to do it. So I guess we'll do armor first. Scorched gloves. Wow, hey, you know, I mean, there's the strength. Hardcore is not too useful, but if I do get to that armor... only issue right now is this actually better than having 1 more AC? It probably is. I mean, it's like a slaying point, effectively. I guess we'll keep those. These calls? Taji Xu. Rune Quickblade. Big. Well, it doesn't have a brand, but there we go. Now we've got a really good melee weapon for right now. Oh, I also have these scrolls that I have not ID'd. Ah, Holy Word. We don't need to carry that around, do we? Flaming. Be interesting to know, what's the min delay? How this actually compares to the rapier. Level 8. Okay. But if I enchant this... So if I commit to this now, that pretty much retires the triple sword dream, which is probably for the best, because let's be honest, 26 long blades. Wow, that's not a good query, Zerg. That probably is a CK Ox for that, but I'm not actually sure what it is. That would be interesting to know. There probably is a CK Ox type for it. You might be able to find it. Say mummy, CI killer equals the player character. It might show up in the top list, probably not. You could probably look through that though and Divine Providence, Puff of Frost, Exploding Inner Flame, Blast of Flame. Chaos, Holy maybe? Nope. Nice. Somebody created a large kobold, and then it had Holy Wrath, and then it became hostile and killed them. Oh, short now. That's not it. Right. It wouldn't have Holy. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe it would show up as cleansing. No, it's not cleansing flame though. It's an interesting question. I would have to look that up in the source and see how that actually plays out. Yeah, so +3 rapier of Elec versus a +4 quick blade of flame. I'm gonna guess that FSIM is gonna find, if I enchant this up to +7, it's probably not gonna be, what is the difference? Let me do an informal calculation here because I don't have FSIM in front of me. .3. I get a bunch of slang, so I'd say 5 times 1.25. Flaming is 20, yeah. Divided by 0.3, roughly speaking. Problem is, Elec is actually difficult to, yeah. I can't really compare it to Elec with a heuristic kind of a calculation. But on top of the fact that there'd be a slang difference of about 3, which is like sort of like upgrading the base damage by about to 7, which is, yeah, it's a pretty big damage increase. It's like it's 50% more damage probably. That, roughly speaking, that slang. That might be overstating it a little bit, but it's certainly a lot. So I don't know. I'm still sort of entertaining that that triple sword in the back of my mind, but wow, I only have 1 blood potion left. That sucks. But now we got some more blood. Up and rest off this contam. Some stabbity stabs. Woke up, but it's not a big deal. You need to get a lot of blood on this level because we went through, you saw how quickly we actually ended up going through it. Good stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, you know, this is like, wouldn't be my first choice, but the problem I think I have with Wu is I'm really just not getting, like as much use out of this, out of Wu as I could, is the main issue. Oh, not susceptible. And so Wu is not doing tremendously a lot for me is the problem. So, I mean, I think if you're going to play the Enchanter in less of a stabbing style and more of a hexes plus melee style, this would be a better call. You don't want. There was a mummy that had one of those. You don't, by the way, you don't need put it in quotes. Use an underscore wherever you would try to use a space. So just divine underscore providence. It replaces, SQL replaces underscores with spaces. Try the mummy instead of ghoul because mummy had one of those. And yeah, I think that is smite. That's what that is. That's what it should be. Oh. That's not what we want. Well, do I want to just fly? Wouldn't be a bad idea. This one we're probably just gonna Alligator snapping turtle. And I am gonna try to invis stab. There we go. Oh, different one. Interesting. Come on. Are you for real? Oh, you son of a... Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, she tried to cover it, but I just went up in time. That's funny. Drowning in lava is no longer a thing. So, it is not for players at least. It's still for monsters, of course. There is no insta-death from drowning in lava. What happens is if you were over lava via flight and you would run out of flight, you get this emergency flight that costs you very heavy draining. Oh, I mean, it's for monsters, it's a way to make the features have some, to feel like they sort of matter and to get some play style stuff going, I think, is the rough answer. I mean, you could definitely argue that it's not great, but yeah, it's very heavy drain. It's rapid drain. You will get to like purple levels if you spend a lot of turns. But I mean, generally you're not going to do that, of course. It's like usually you're going to spend like a turn, just or maybe a few, and the drain will be significant. But so let's go down in Viz. I'll just sit here and stab stuff. Particularly want to get these merfolk avatars out of the way. Okay, her I want to take out now. Aha, she made water. Clever girl. Okay, now I have to be careful here because I can take a lot of damage very quickly. I'm actually gonna blink. Go here. Now I'm in Visican, so that's good. Now we just need to get rid of her because she's kind of clowning around and making my life difficult. Does it get a boost? There we go. Now my invis is not gonna last forever, and now I'm sort of stuck at a not amazing spot.